Welcome to another Dr. Jester's rants. Remember that couple that became a meme sensation overnight because they were stopping a bunch of people trying to vandalize and, well, even kill them? Well, here's the result. The FNC Carlsons, McCloskeys, threatened with another attack. Police private security declined to help. They are being attacked again. According to the news, it says they are going to be attacked again over the weekend. But, as usual, the police will do nothing. At the opening of Tuesday broadcast, Fox News channel Tucker Carlson Tonight host Tucker Carlson revealed Mark and Patricia McCloskeys, a St. Louis couple who defended their home as so-called protesters threatened their person and their property, are being threatened with another attack. According to Carlson, the attack is set to come over the weekend, which he said was told to him by Mark McCloskey in a phone conversation shortly before his broadcast. However, Mr. McCloskey has been unable to procure police protection nor protection from a private security firm. After appearing on the show, Mark McCloskey and his wife were bombarded with death threats, and many of them credible, Carlson said. Today they learn of another coordinated attack on them that's planned for the weekend. They immediately called police. The dispatcher put them on hold and then finally transferred them to an officer. The officer didn't seem to listen to anything the McCloskeys said. "We'll call you back," police said, and they never did. Desperate, the McCloskeys called a number of different private security firms, but not one of them would take the job of protecting them. The owner of the last company the McCloskeys called advised them to flee immediately. Quote, "The only advice I can give you is abandon the house, run, let the mob have its way. Let it burn." And that's something not even I can accept. I will never let a mob have a rule over me. They can kill me, they can completely torture me, but I'll never let them take me. I prefer to die standing than live kneeling. And I'll do the same thing as they did. I'll stand there and tell them to back off because that's my property. And my property, yes, I have no questions about it. My property really means more than your life if you invade my property, my ground. That means thieves, thugs, or anyone trying to steal from me will get the same treatment. Well, a bit more violent if they steal from me. Carlson criticized Missouri Governor Mike Parson, a Republican no less, for being unwilling to lend the McCloskeys any help at the state level, and declared if the McCloskeys face an attack without police protection, it is a sign the mob is winning. And yes, he's correct. The castle doctrine really plays right here. Really is kind of their only savior right now. Because if people invade their property and threaten them with harm or to kill them, they have complete and utter total right to retaliate. And this is something that I would do too, like I said before. If they threaten me, my family, or if they try to steal from me or anything, I'll use the castle doctrine as well. It's within the right of the person, even though I live in a country where this is not true. For example, if you let someone rob you let me rephrase that. If someone robs you or is in your home or invades your home, rapes your family, kills them or tortures them, but if you strike back, if you try to defend yourself, they will jail you instead. And in some cases, and there has been quite a few cases in which the person tried to climb a fence or something and they got electrocuted or they got hurt on the fence, The fucking criminal sued the owner of the house because he got hurt on the house's defenses. Let that sink in. That's the level of stupidity that many of these people want for America. I can't in my good conscience advise for them to do that. Going on, but the McCloskeys are not running here. They spent 32 years rebuilding their home and they plan to defend it themselves. They have no choice. They are completely alone and no one will come to their aid. Their governor, Mike Parson, is a Republican, which is a shame. Maybe he's a rhino. He's also a former sheriff. Parson could fix their problem immediately. Parson could send state troopers to St. Louis to protect St. Louis okay, that's badly written. To protect the McCloskeys, but he hasn't done that. Parson hasn't picked up the phone to speak to them. He doesn't care, obviously. Nobody cares. About an hour ago, Mark McCloskey called us to tell us all this. He was panicked, understandably. His wife sobbed in the background as we spoke. American citizens trapped in their home by a violent mob, knowing that something awful could happen to them very soon. Totally undefended. This is your country. This is the mob is winning if things like this happens. Yeah. This is awful. They have the right to police protection. They shouldn't back down. This is completely mind-boggling. And if you look up on the internet, their home is beautiful. Apparently, it was completely abandoned when they finally bought it. I think it was 1988, but I could be wrong. And they bought it and refurbished the home and made it completely new. It's like a mansion. It looks beautiful. That's why they spent 32 years rebuilding. And I think they shouldn't leave. But then again, with a mob like the Black Lives Matter, which have killed people, and with Chop being a complete fucking failure, being one of the most violent places in the world by the population size, maybe they should run. I don't know. But then again, letting them win and take that beautiful home, it's not something that I would let that happen either. But then again, I don't know what I would do in their positions. I might be just making conjecture here. I could just be saying, yes, I'll stand my ground. But then again, at the moment, I might just say, fuck this, I'm running. And I'm not sure either if that attack during the weekend will happen. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. This is it could be just a threat or something, but I don't know. And come on, right? Come on, this is just absurd. This is next level absurd. What the fuck is going on with the world? Why the control left is completely unhinged? Why are they doing this? This couple, obviously they have no training. We saw that, how the guy handled the rifle, the woman how she handled the gun. I have no training either. My training is based on video games and what I see. And I know what they did is wrong, but even then, given in their position in an immediate threat like that, I think I would have done the same too. I've picked up the whatever gun they have and showed up in the front door and see if the tides, if the horde would back down. But I don't know. I don't know, really. Like I said, I would stand my ground, but then again, at the time when this happens, I'll probably run because I'm too chicken shit. Probably, I don't know. It's just fucked up, and even more fucked up because if St. Louis has the same laws or regulations as some places in Europe or where I live, they might have a problem if they defend themselves and end up killing a thug that was trying to harm his wife or himself or his pets. This is just wrong. And then before that, we still had the a couple who tried to defend themselves because a black woman kept threatening them, and they had kids inside the car. It just the world is going insane as of late. This is I don't know. Good night. I'm gonna leave it there. So good night. Take care. See you on the next episode. Toodles.